Hello, beautiful spirits. I'm Carol DeChaine, and this is the Joy Corner. Every week, I bring you an I Am Affirmation to help you kind of poke at your subconscious mind, get its attention, so that you can shift whatever you want out of there, any limiting beliefs or things that are just sort of not working. You want to adjust those and shift those with a positive affirmation. This week, the affirmation is I release the past and surrender future outcomes. Well, let me tell you that that's kind of a double thing, and it's not necessarily easy. But if you start with this one, you're going to have things bubble up that will tell you what you need to let go of. And it may be something simple and that'll be easy to do, or it could be a little more difficult and take a lot more steps than what you may want it to take. But either way, it will make your life lighter and more joyful to be able to release things that you're holding on to in the past and surrender future outcomes so you don't worry about things so much. Because Lord knows if you're like me, you worry about the future, you worry about tomorrow, what's going to happen with this. And because it can get kind of complicated sometimes with life. Things happen and one thing leads to another, and all of a sudden you're like going, ah, now what? So this time we're going to talk about I release the past and surrender future outcomes. How does that feel? Feel into it. How is this? Do you need to tweak it a little bit? Maybe you only need to do part of it. I release the past, or I surrender future outcomes, or change the words a little bit. It's all good. Today, do this whole thing with me and then adjust it, refine it, and change it however you like, making sure you keep it an I am affirmation with the word I or my or me in it. Keep it present tense, like it's already happening right now, and make it powerful. Okay? Make it powerful. So here we go. I release the past and surrender future outcomes. Release any worry right this moment. Focus in and take a breath, and let's say it together. I release the past and surrender future outcomes. Breathe it in. Allow it to be your truth right this minute. Breathe again. Seeing it go into every cell. This is your current truth. And let's say it again. I release the past and surrender future outcomes. Breathe it in. Knowing that some people would call this divine order, as things will be as they're meant to be. Whatever it is that you want to change this to. You can even say, I see divine order in the future. Or I see divine order unfolding right now, better than in the future. Because in the future, you can see it happening in the future, but better for it to be happening right this minute so that it continues into the future. Does that make sense? Hope so. Let's do this one more time and really feel it, your truth, suspending disbelief. And so this is happening and your truth right this moment for as long as you can do it now. I release the past and surrender future outcomes. How does that feel? I release the past and surrender future outcomes. Yes, yes, yes. Feel it in your body. Feel it for reality right this minute. Feel that worry wandering off. It's not important right now. And when a worry does come up, or a concern, or something from the past you haven't released, write it down. Figure out what it is. Because sometimes you haven't even realized those are things you need to worry about, or things that you are already worrying about that you're going, uh-oh, I didn't realize that was bugging me. I didn't realize I was worried about that. Because it wasn't like in your face kind of worry. It was more in the back of your mind kind of worry. But it's still holding you back. So it's still something that you need to do something about. So let's write it down or be aware of it. Talk to somebody about those things that come up, whether it's a minister, a friend, yourself. I know we all know we can like fix ourselves, right? We don't really need anybody else to do it. And even if we talk to other people, really, we're doing it for ourselves. But sometimes we need somebody to hold us accountable. We need somebody to talk things through with, mastermind stuff, get ideas for how to do something. If you say, hey, I have a problem, could you talk me through it? I want to talk through it and see if we can come up with like ideas on what I can do. But be aware that when other people throw out ideas, you don't have to take it. They have to resonate with you. So if you talk to someone else and they actually put forth ideas or solutions on how to fix something, realize that that may be their idea of the solution for you and not necessarily your solution. I had a friend who she would ask me all the time when we were younger, so what do you think? What should I do about this? And I tell her, and she'd go, no, that's not it. And she'd never take my advice. And it was like, why are you asking me? And I finally got to the point where I asked her, you never take my advice. Why are you asking me for advice? And she'd say, oh, well, whenever I ask you, you'd say something and I go, oh no, that doesn't work for me. Oh, but this other thing does. So I'd have this great idea from what you said. So allow the other person at least tell you the sparks they come up with, but don't adopt them if it isn't necessary. Stay true to yourself, but also allow those ideas that maybe you wouldn't have thought of to go, oh, wait a minute. If I'm supposed to surrender this worry about this thing that's coming up and it's big or even small, you're going, well, wait. Oh, I can see it from a different perspective. I don't have to look at it from this worry perspective. I can see it this other perspective now because of something somebody said. Or I worked with my life coach and we worked it through and I can see all the different possibilities. And the thing I was worried about seems like it's hardly not going to happen at all. It's like this minor percentage it could possibly happen. So, whatever it is, just know that when you say you want to release the past and surrender future outcomes, stay in that present moment and know you've already done it. Whenever you do those I am affirmations, so that when you know you've already done it, you should have this feeling. And if you don't, you need to shift and adjust and tweak the affirmation because it's not yours. It's somebody else's. It's the one I made up, which may get through to you. And I do meditate a little bit, connect higher for it when I create these, but it may not be quite right for you. So never be afraid to adjust them. And if you want my opinion, by all means, I'm very happy to respond. Go ahead and comment and ask me or email me and say, hey, I took this I took this I am affirmation and I changed it to this. Is this something that is maybe it's not as positive as I think it should be, or not as present tense? Or could you maybe tell me what you think? And I'd be more than happy to do that for you. Until next week, thank you for joining me here today. Please do subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the bell notification if you'd like to know the next time that something is posted. And if you'd like to know more about my life coaching, you can look me up on my website at connecttojoy.com. That's with the number 2 in the middle, connecttojoy.com. There you'll find information on my podcast, also called Connect to Joy. And there you can also contact me there, or you can email me directly at carol@connecttojoy. It all comes to me. You can also check out my Instagram. And guess what that name is? The same one, Connect to Joy. I'm trying to get everything under one umbrella so that you can easily find me if you need me. Until next week, thank you again. And do know that I believe in you. I know you already are enough, that you deserve every wonderful thing. And I hope that you can find that for yourself as well.